What's up, guys? Today we're going to discuss a huge life hack, and that life hack is the power of networking. Yes, networking. I'm sure you heard of it. I'm sure I hope are at least trying to do it in some ways, but I really wanted to hammer down the impact it could have on your life personally and professionally. So what does it look like? For me in college, networking was all about getting in front of as many successful people as I can and getting in their sphere, having them be somebody that had good thoughts of me and wanted to connect with me. But as I became a professional athlete and looking at my NFL career and investing in real estate, I'll give you two examples. In the NFL, my last year in New York, I had 4.5 sacks, and I knew I was going to go somewhere else that was hopefully going to give me an opportunity to rush the passer more. So I networked and connected with a pass rush coach and spent money and time to fly him to train me for several weeks in the off season. And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't network to build the relationships from other people that we mutually knew. And that networking led to me hiring him and having the opportunity to make an investment in myself that paid dividends, because following training with him that offseason, I had two of my best seasons in the NFL when I became a free agent and went to the Detroit Lions. So you don't believe me? That's just one football story. A real estate story is Bigger Pockets is one of my favorite podcasts to listen to. I listen to it regularly. I'm a huge supporter of Bigger Pockets and everything that they have going on. And I remember listening to a podcast, and it was a turnkey provider in Kansas City who was flipping hundreds of homes. And that's something I was interested in. I wanted to buy turnkey properties while I was playing. So I reached out to him, told him I listened to his podcast, told him a little bit about myself, and was like, hey, I am interested in buying properties in Kansas City. In the off season, I flew out to meet him. We hit it off. We built a good relationship, and I now own 6 units in Kansas City, and I plan on doubling that in the future, all from networking. So would I have been able to buy properties outside of Kansas City or maybe even in Kansas City without networking? Yeah, but it probably would have taken much longer and been a harder process. So that not only made something that was going to be challenging happen for me, but it made it happen now, fast, immediate. That's what networking can do for you, and that's the impact it can have on your life. So I challenge all of you, when you're trying to accomplish something, whether it's professional sports and I want to get more sacks, or it's real estate and I want to buy properties in a certain market, network and build relationships with people doing what you're doing, and it can change your life and in a hurry. So I really encourage you guys to network in that way. But the huge caveat that I want to add to the networking component is, if you're networking but you have no value to add, then you're really asking for handouts. Relationships don't work that way. So you have to add value. And how do you add value? Know what you're talking about and ask deliberate questions and bring up things of service that you can provide. So for me in college, I didn't have anything to offer necessarily, but what did I do? I asked intelligent questions. I made sure I remembered certain things about them to make them feel special, to where it's like, oh, that kid is fun to talk to, or he remembered my son, he remembered this and that. So I made myself stand out in a way to where people wanted to interact with me even when I didn't have a lot to offer myself. But it was still like, oh, I actually want to interact with this person. And then as my skill sets grew, as my knowledge grew for certain things, I was able to intelligently and intentionally network with people that were doing things that I was personally interested in, and I was able to add value. Hey, I know you're doing this in Kansas City. I want to learn how to invest in your market, and I have the money to do so. Hey, I know you're a pass rush specialist, coach. I have pass rush history, but I'm trying to take the next step. I'm not some project that doesn't know anything, but I want to take the next jump. Oh, that's somebody that he wanted to work with because he knew I had a standard that he can work with and help me develop to the next level. So these are the things that you need to start to think about. Networking and adding value. When you combine the two of them, you can skyrocket to all of your accomplishments and go much further. Please let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, and let's keep building together. I appreciate it.